Here we are doing a review for Prometheus for Maxcast Podcast. I am Wayne. I'm joined by my brother Luke.
Hello.
And my mum, who is actually a hardcore Alien fan, believe it or not.
Hi everybody. Get away from her, you bitch.
Well, get away from this movie, apparently.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Anyone who's seen the trailers, anyone who has been watching the Alien films in preparation of it, in fact, anyone who's really anticipated the beginning of the Alien franchise and ever since 1979 has been watching and waiting for the backstory, we're still going to be waiting.
Yes.
Because this movie doesn't really answer any of those. In fact, if anything...
Yeah, it's a small fucking question.
It opens up. If you do like the mystery of the film from 1979, you want that to remain a mystery, you might be happy that
you have to actually
look.
You've got to see this movie not thinking about the Alien movies you've seen, because you will be very disappointed. Compared to the one when Ripley died and the last one.
Spoilers.
I would.
Ripley does die.
I would say this is up more nice to watch, if that's the word I can use. In other words, it was shit.
Look, this has been completely mismarketed, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's really...
It's very
horror. Funny enough, you could have... Now I understand what Ridley's...
It wasn't scary. I didn't find it scary.
No, it wasn't scary.
No, it wasn't.
Well, now I know what Ridley Scott meant when there was that whole debate about the rating. The rating really didn't matter to this movie.
No.
He could have... There's a bit of gore in it, but he could have gotten away without it.
He could have had kids there, yeah.
No, you don't want kids.
Well, not little kids, but say from maybe 10 upwards or whatever. I mean, if you hadn't seen the other Alien movies, as Wayne was saying when we came home,
you'd probably enjoy it a lot more.
You would really enjoy this, but you do look and think, well, okay, how does this one go with the one with Sigourney Weaver? Original. And I mean, I'm a big fan of hers. I've got a signed autograph up on the wall and all that of her. But I was a little bit disappointed, I must say. Well, what about you, Luke?
The more
it's not really disappointment. It's more frustration, really, because there's a film out there. There's a film out there waiting to be made.
You know what this is his Robin Hood.
No.
He tells Robin Hood without telling.
Well, that's
doing Robin Hood.
That's the funny part about what he's sort of wanted to do, because he's gone out of his way not to connect it when there are obvious spots in the movie to connect.
That's true, and
that's kind of frustrating. As an alien who he knew as soon as he signed the contract to make this movie. What are people going to compare it to? They're not going to compare it to Body of Lies.
Blade Runner.
They're not going to... Funnily enough, it even felt more Blade Runner.
It felt more in a Blade Runner. Yeah, it felt more in a Blade Runner universe.
The effects were good.
The visual effects are great.
The effects was good. But I've never known Wayne to walk out or go to the toilet for a pee during the movie, and he actually came back and he didn't miss hardly anything. So
without revealing too much about the last part of the film,
it was shit.
The closing moments of this film are going to prove extremely controversial to all Alien fans.
Yeah. You walk out feeling a bit numb.
It does answer.
Ripley turns out to be an alien.
Does answer a question, but the answer might not be one you want.
No, you're wrong there, Wayne. Dallas and Ash turned out to be gay.
And here's Ripley
here. Gay, yeah.
And there's Jay, the other dickhead from our show, interrupting a fucking review.
I mean, I said I'd go back and see it again.
I think you do have to.
Yeah.
I think you have to, and you have to walk in the cinema and think, this isn't before Alien, because if you do that, it stuffs it up.
It is connected, but at the same time, it is very much like Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, where people don't want them connected to the franchise because it did. Yes. But I mean, it is actually a good film if you do not connect it to the other films.
It's in some ways more of a science fiction film than any of the Alien films have been so far. Like that's the funny part. Well, maybe with the exception
And the
of the
acting
first
was
one.
good.
The
acting was great. David Fassbender was
acting was
great.
very
I've
good.
also had a lot of debate about Wayne hasn't spoken about the makeup on Guy Pearce being terrible. I didn't think it was.
I thought that wasn't too bad. I said Guy Pearce.
It's not great. It's not.
On Sigourney Weaver.
It's not great. I've heard people compare it to a Halloween.
You look like fucking Benjamin Button.
I still can't work out what he had to do with, what was it, Wayland?
Well, that was very...
Peter Wayland.
You didn't need that in
Well, yeah, it's true.
You take
didn't
that out.
really need
To me, that contradicts
story.
everything what Wayland's company was all about.
But again, that part
What
of
about the start? I mean, we can't tell people what happened
No,
in
the opening start.
But you walk away thinking, what the hell was that all about?
The funny part is it was beautifully shot, the opening scene.
It looks
Funny enough,
the music and everything looks amazing.
The
thing about the movie is that it just goes like how important the story is.
Yeah, and who wrote this, by the way?
Yes, that idiot who wrote Star Trek or has a lot to do with Star Trek just has a lot to answer. Like, these guys are just... I know there's a lot of people who love the new Star Trek. Personally, I think the script for the new Star Trek was just terrible.
Out of 10, what would you give it today?
What,
out of 10,
Prometheus?
Yeah.
6 maybe.
What about you,
Wayne? On a good day, I'd give it 7.
As a standalone film, it would be a 7.
Yeah.
But connecting it to Alien,
shit.
it would be a 5.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, it was shit.
It's not. I mean, Resurrection is shit because they took a character like Ripley
shit.
and just ripped her apart.
Alien
versus Predator. Now that's how this. It's not set in the same universe like this, but yet it is connected.
Well,
It's a better film
I walked
than
out thinking that they were on that planet, and you guys told me no, they weren't on the planet.
That's not even spoiler.
Again,
that is not LV-426.
That's another point. I mean, that's another point. They seem to go out of their way not to have that be connected to Alien. That part, and I was like, well, couldn't they? How is it not being LV-426?
That's what I couldn't understand.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, as part of
He
the
didn't
story,
want. It sounds like he didn't want to take the risk. He didn't want to take the risk of making it
you
connected.
can't do something half-assed. And then, as it's turned out, obviously I don't think Ridley Scott would have total control of the marketing of this movie, but they pretty much advertised it as an Alien movie. Yeah. So that sort of...
Yeah, you say it's
no
not
matter what
scary
he wanted to do...
No, it's not scary.
No matter what he wanted to do, people were going to connect it to Alien.
It was a bit disappointing, but... No,
But that's life. But anyway, that is it for the review. As I said, I think we enjoyed it on a basic level.
It was shit.
And I'm sure it'll be much better than that new Batman that's happening next month or something.
We're not saying don't go and see it.
Funnily enough,
but it's shit.
Funnily enough, both have big fat bald guys in them.
What?
Oh,
Bane is not fat.
Oh, he's pretty stocky.
Who's fat in Prometheus?
Well, yeah, the space jockey looks like...
He's not fat.
Well, yeah, connected to the human.
Maybe Bane should be the space jockey. That would make it even better.
And there's only...
I think space jockey should have spoke like Bane.
I think Bane would take out the derelict ship by himself.
Yeah, and if there's any the viewers that have children and want to take them, there was only one sex scene. You didn't see much,
a sex scene?
I didn't count as a sex scene.
I wouldn't. Well,
I think that's...
Yeah, I'm just saying people take their kids. But
don't take your kids, because your kids will piss off everyone else.
I don't. It's still shit.
I don't. Regarding kids going to... but kids will be bored shitless.
Good. Take them to that and don't let them come to Dark Knight Rises, because then we won't have to put up with that little shits talking all throughout the movie. But anyway, that's it.
Yeah, that's it from us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And
don't forget, it's shit.
Check it out and judge for yourselves.
Yeah.
Overall...
In space, no one can hear you snore. No, it wasn't boring. It wasn't.
Get away from her, you bitch!
And get away from Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, because they're pieces of shit.
Shit!
See you later.
Big things have small beginnings.